Today is officially our last day for picking berries in our strawberry patch. We will be open one more day for the pick your own, which is tomorrow for 3 hours, and then that'll be it for everything. So I've been out here for like a half hour, got 3 quarts. It's over. It's just a little amount of berries here and there. It's just a struggle. I mean, you gotta really work to find a berry. It means that obviously we're coming to an end, but it also means that we had a good season to where people came out, picked, and cleaned us out, which is really what we wanted.
I know this pipe coming down the lane, or that, yeah, by the pole, there's the irrigation. Today is officially the last day of pick your own strawberries. I hope we have a good turnout, but I also hope it doesn't get crazy because there's just not that many berries out there, but there's enough to make it worth having the people, you know, come out and see what they can find. There's a lady leaving right now and it's only 8:53. I'm not sure if she thought it was absolutely a waste or already got her berries, because they might have opened up about 10 or 15 minutes early and maybe all she wanted was a quart. You never know. Oh yeah, this is good. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars, and one of them is Hunter, the worker. So that means there's only 7 guys there. It's hard to say how people are making out. I'll get the report, you know, once the day's over with. But, you know, I think people are pretty understanding now with, you know, it being the end of the season and all. I got Daisy with me. Daisy. She thinks there's something out there. We are gonna go back and water the greenhouse. And then I think Sammy's coming up and we're gonna see what we can get into. I don't know if you can see him out there, but Dad is spraying the oats for weeds. This is the best time to do it because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so it'll kill those weeds. The rain can, you know, water the oats, and then they can grow and get nice and lush, and then fill in everything so that way no sunlight hits the floor and no more weeds technically should grow. Greenhouse season is officially done for the year as far as retail sales. This is number 1, which had basically all of our pots in it, completely empty. And this isn't just completely empty because we threw stuff away. Like, we literally sold every single pot we have, besides about 15, which is out at our farm market right now, waiting to be sold by some hopefully happy customer who comes and buys them. There's Dad coming back now from spraying. Here's number 2, which is where all our flats were. We did throw a couple flats away, but probably less this year than ever. Like, we had one of our best seasons in the last 4 years, I want to say, besides like COVID, everything was going like crazy because everybody was nervous. They wanted to start their own gardens, and it just, you know, made people buy more. And then the only thing that's left here is all of our field crops. So this is all of our this is the mid-season cold crops. This is all of our Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli. Over here is our second planting of tomatoes, which they're getting big enough now. We'll probably be putting these in the ground maybe later this week because today is Sunday. There, he's about to start again with the next field of oats. You got to be careful spraying. We always like to do it in the morning with the wind because obviously that's a weed killer. And if you get it on something that can't take that weed killer, like all of our peppers that we just put in the ground, you could kill them. And obviously, and I say this all the time, we never spray more than needed, but if we don't, our fields will be a weedy mess, and it's almost like it's not even worth it because it destroys your harvest. Out here on the wagons, this is the only peppers we had left from planting all of our peppers, which is all those rows of plastic up there. This is very little compared to the 4 wagons that we had of peppers. This is Mom's lemon. Oh geez, and I just stepped on it. Lemon thyme and rosemary. And I think I snapped it. Son of a gun. She wants This is my first planting of sunflowers that hopefully Sammy and I are gonna be putting in the field today. Over in number 1, this is my second planting of sunflowers, which could also probably go in today. They're nice and rooted. This is the third planting, and I might even do a fourth planting. I haven't decided that yet. What I just passed was all of our cole crops. This is the late season, which is our biggest planting. They're doing great. This right here is gypsy broccoli. You can just see how full that flat is, almost nothing missing. They germinated really well. And you can see they look a little dry. That yellowy vermiculite you see on top there, when you go like this and it pops like that, basically is a good indication that it needs some water. So I'm gonna get them watered right away. And then right over here is our second and final planting of the vine crops, which is cantaloupe, watermelon, no honeydew in this batch, but we have yellow, red, watermelon, and just a couple different kinds of cantaloupe. And everything looks like it's coming up really nice, but again, these need water as well. I know I've said it before, but if you haven't heard it, thank you again for a great greenhouse season. We appreciate everybody that comes out, whether you come to our greenhouse and buy, whether you come to Hometown, whether you come to Saylorsburg, or whether you just watch the videos. Everything helps, everything gets our name out there, and we just appreciate it all. We're gonna use the old girl today. Dad's using International to spray. First we gotta get this guy out of the way. All right, so we're all ready to go. Gotta get some water in the tank yet. That's not enough water. I'm gonna start pulling these plants now. We always pull plants ahead of time just because I'm rendering these dead. We're done with them. I need the flat. We can't pull them fast enough. I think we plant them like 16 inches or something, and you just can't get them out of the pack and into the ground that fast. So we just always pre-pull them. It only takes a couple minutes. Well, when you have wagons to do, it takes more than a couple minutes, but these will only take a couple minutes. Sammy just got here. I see Chloe running around up there. Plants are pulled. I'm gonna grease the planter quick, get our boxes on there, fill up with water, and we're ready. Huh? Chloe. Planting sunflowers went pretty well. After we got done, Sam and I hopped in the truck and we headed out to grab our strawberry sign off 93. We close in about 10-15 minutes, so we just want to get our signs down. That way we don't have to worry about people showing up to the patch when we're closed and then have to come out and tell them. Still a decent amount of people out here, and we close, like I said, in 10, 12 minutes.
10 cars.
Alrighty, so strawberry season is officially over. It's kind of a relief because it's getting up early every morning, getting strawberries picked, and you know, getting stuff on Facebook so everybody knows when we're gonna be open, when we're gonna be closed. But I also wish we could just go for another month with good picking. To be honest, we never had more than like 2 to 3 days that were, for us, for the farm market, really good picking, to where we got like 100 quarts plus. And that's mostly because we just were so flooded with customers, which is a good thing, that we just couldn't get the berries for ourselves. So hopefully maybe next year we should get another patch in, then we'll have 2 patches going, and then we won't run out, or at least we think we won't anyway. So it's now the next day. Daisy and I are just heading up to the farm. First day not picking berries, kind of feels weird. Chloe is heading to the vet just to get, I think, 1 more round of shots, and then she's finally done for a while, so that's nice. But we have an issue because we haven't had any cows in a while. We have what we call chop in our barn. The chop is a mixture of like corn, oats, soybean meal, I think, and other minerals. And obviously, being a barn, being on a farm, and nothing, and us not being in there to use that chop for the cows, we now have mice and I think maybe some possible rats getting into that food. So Dad and I are going to be going in there today and basically cleaning everything up and getting rid of it. That way we're not bringing more animals in, because obviously we don't want to be feeding any outsiders. So that's going to be #1 job on today's list. Other than that, we're not going to do a lot because it is finally supposed to rain and we need it very badly. So we're hoping it's going to be an all-day soaker. I'd love like an inch, and that would do a world of good for all the crops. So this is the chop room. You can see the rat droppings down in here. You see, I call it pitter-pattering tracks. Years ago, we used to set some traps, but we haven't done that in a long time. Now Dad has like bait piles out. We're gonna get rid of all this just because, I mean, it's old. They've chewed most of the good stuff out of it, and we need to get the rats out of here as soon as possible. I think this barn's over 100 years old. I mean, you gotta imagine, how could you ever keep all the mice and rats out of this place? It's just not really possible, especially with the hay. I mean, just gives them places to live, places to hide. But we try and keep up on it. Just got the new roof. Well, it's probably been about 6 years ago now. At that same time, this floor, or this part of the floor, was replaced here. And then everywhere back there is not the greatest, but it's not horrible. This is where we keep all of our carts for the greenhouses. When I used to have the corn maze, I got the fire pits here. Sammy and I actually talked about having our wedding in here, but between, we don't know if it would have been big enough and how much we would have had to clean and fix stuff up. We didn't know if it would be worth it, but it would have been nice then to have a nice new barn. So I got the chop in the back. I'm just gonna go dump it in the woods. Should be fine for the deer, squirrels, raccoons. That's what I think mostly is gonna eat it. Looks like some turkey scratching. I love turkey season. Get this limb out of the way. This looks about as good as the location as any. That's a couple 100 pounds. Nice food for the animals. Now Dad's vacuuming it out. And then we'll re-put the bait in there. Oh, I didn't mean to. It was so dusty I couldn't see. I accidentally overfilled this barrel with chop. This is all good chop that we can still feed. And we actually even have some in here. Actually, the cart's pretty darn full. So I don't know, maybe we'll just try and sell it to somebody for cheap and get rid of it, because what are we gonna do with it? And it's just gonna bring in more mice and rats. Finally starting to rain. Slow but steady, but anything's better than nothing. So we bagged up 9 bags. We're gonna sell this. We obviously have to relabel it because it's not shelled corn. It's, you know, chop. And we'll kind of describe what's in there. And then right where our shelled corn is, that we sell in the 50-pound bags, we have another rodent, which I'm gonna assume is a chipmunk, chewing into our bags. I don't know what's up with the rodents right now. So I'll have to get a box trap out here and see if we can catch him, because nobody's gonna want open corn. So it's about 10 days or so, maybe not quite, after I covered this blueberry patch. Somehow, I don't know if some sort of bigger animal, maybe Chloe or what it was, knocked my board and flipped the brick over. So I had to cover that. And then, I don't know, 2 days went by and I noticed it was flapping in the wind again. And I come down here and again, my bricks are out from under it, or on top of it. And now it's just hanging loose again. I don't know what to do in that. I mean, there's 4 bricks on that little net. I cannot imagine that the wind just blew it out from under, but I guess maybe it did. But the blueberries are starting to get loaded. Try and zoom in. There you go. There's some nice ones on there. A lot of them are just average though. This, like 3 or 4 bushes here are what's really loaded. So Sammy's in there now. We don't even have a door to get up in. I had to pick her up and just go up over the edge. And she picked, what'd you pick, 1 or 2 bushes so far?
1.
She's picked just this bush.
Not even done with it yet.
And has gotten that bowl right there. Which isn't a monster bowl, but it's probably maybe 3-4 pints. And then I'm gonna give her another bowl. Maybe I'm gonna have to go in there with her. I can't believe how much they sized up. They weren't looking real big. And now they're just getting bigger and bigger as every day goes on. The nice thing is we don't have to worry about birds, so we're not in a huge rush, but we don't want them to get overripe. A lot of these are still pretty young yet. I picked this bush out pretty hard. My only problem I'm having now is they're getting loaded with blueberries and then it's weighing them down and they're really sagging. But I guess what else are you supposed to do? This is all new growth though, which is awesome. All those down there are new growth. So that's Sammy's second big bowl. That's our third bowl. It's almost half full. We're just getting now into the bushes that are pretty loaded. We have these big, tall grass bushes in our landscaping that we didn't plant. They were here when we bought the house. And it seems like there's so much dead grass from previous years in there that it wasn't letting the new green growth come out. So I read and heard from other people that burning them, you know, basically promotes new growth, basically like how it is when they do those prescribed burns, like in the forests. But I think you're supposed to do it in the off season, like in the winter, maybe late fall. And so it's like, you know, spring, summer now, and it's kind of getting late, but I thought, well, my bushes aren't growing good, I might as well see what happens. And this is me now burning the bushes. The fire got a lot bigger than I thought, but it seems to be working pretty well. Now we just gotta wait and see if it actually grows back.